We're live.
We are live! Apparently, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the WTF1 Watch Along for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Tommy's told me we're live, so I'm just trusting him. How are we all? Tommy, welcome.
Sure hope we are.
I hope we are too. That's the dream. Let's have a look. I think we are. So Bahrain, well, actually qualifying is underway, so I need to start the timer very shortly. Let me just get up the video so I can say hello to everybody. Mute that. Bruh, y'all so slow. Blame Tommy. Tommy was sorting out some technical issues. Hopefully Tommy's internet is okay this week. That'll be nice, wouldn't it?
It would be lovely.
Let me get the timer set up. What have we got? 17. Okay.
17 at 25. So Russell, the only one out at the moment.
Oh god, that's 17 hours, Matt. Come on.
17-hour timer. We're at Le Mans.
Okay, there we go. 17. I can very, very vaguely hear the commentary, by the way.
Okay, I'll turn it down a little bit. Don't want to get that strike.
Oh, it's doing the thing again where the bloody timer doesn't work unless I
leave it up.
Leave it up. That's really annoying. So if I leave it there, can you just check to see if the timer's going? If I do that,
it's showing on mine. Showing that it's counting down.
Still counting down?
Yeah. I mean,
I just want to see. I think it's all good. Right. Bahrain, welcome everybody. So as you'll see on screen, if you're new to the qualifying watch along, you'll see that our predictions are on screen. I've gone for Bottas, Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez and Sainz. Tom has gone for Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Ricardo, Albon, and Katie has gone for Bottas, Hamilton, Verstappen, Ricardo, Albon. Wow, that's exactly the same as you, pretty much, but just first and second different.
I swear that's not who Katie predicted. Katie definitely didn't have Albon in her prediction, so that's slightly wrong.
Oh, thanks, Tomo. So Russell's on his
Russell's the only guy out.
Can we actually see the video? No, unfortunately not, because F1 would come flying through our windows and delete us. So
they literally would smash through the windows and rugby tackle us to the ground.
I'll do housekeeping, and I'll probably continue to do housekeeping because that's just the way the world works in terms of doing this watch along, is that we are, as it says on the timer, that's where we are in the session. So we might be a little bit behind what you're currently watching.
So please no spoilers for people that either aren't watching it and finding out through us, or are watching it and have synced up with us.
Yeah, so the idea is to pause it and sync up with us, then we can all enjoy it together. It's only a minute behind, maybe. That's the dream. You don't have to do that, of course. It's up to you. But please no spoilers in the chat, otherwise I will just ban you. And that's not what we want, do we? We don't want to be spoiling the show. This is what the watch along is all about. So yes, here we go then. Tommy, have you promoted it all on social as always?
I have, as always.
Lovely.
Got the promos out, letting everyone know we're live.
Wonderful.
So we made our predictions, didn't we, before Verstappen got P1 in FP3, which was a bit of a surprise. Of all the circuits that it looked like we'd get Verstappen fighting the Mercedes, I didn't expect this one, to be honest.
Yeah.
Not particularly known as a Red Bull favoured track, but Russell's
for some reason rewound slightly. What are you on?
14, 20, 19,
okay,
18,
no, we're fine.
17.
It just stuttered for about half a second. Very odd.
Ah.
I love apps. I really love apps.
Strange that George Russell just abandoned.
That beard is looking good. It's not. I mean, I shaved like 2 days ago, but thank you, Kyle. Not trying to build a beard. Tommy, though, you're a big beard man, aren't you? You could grow one overnight if you wanted to.
No, this is my actual growth. I started doing Movember. I started in 2019, and that's how it's going.
Love it.
So no one out yet. The strange thing about practice here is they obviously do it in the daytime, and then all the main running that actually matters is at night. So they don't tend to get a lot of data, which is always a good thing.
Indeed.
Pointless practices, that's what we need.
Oh, wow. Verstappen has outqualified Albon 14-0 this season. And it looks like it's
look at those sparks.
That is awesome. I remember going to Bahrain start of last year, and seeing the sparks going down that straight, because that's where I was sat in the grandstands there, was just awesome. Wasn't so awesome seeing Charles Leclerc win and then have his engine blow up, pretty much. As you can imagine, Charles fan. No,
that feels like forever ago.
Wow. How wide?
That's wide. That's a deleted lap, I believe. You're not allowed to go 4 wheels off at turn 4, so that could be a deleted lap.
Interesting. I wonder if he'll continue to push. It looks like he is continuing to push. Is Max Verstappen
fastest in FP3? Can he match them? Lewis had a bit of an issue in free practice 3, an electrical issue, and then didn't manage to get out the pit lane in time to just check everything was okay. So he's going to be going into the session a little bit nervous, but it is Mercedes, so I'm sure they'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get over it. It's interesting that Verstappen's one of the first to go out and set a lap time. Also interesting that we've seen some rain this weekend.
Yeah, especially, was it free practice in the F2 race?
Yeah,
quite drizzly.
Was actual rain. So what's Verstappen going to end up doing? It's a 28.8 on the soft tyres. So Verstappen, the first man over the line.
Only 10 minutes to go, and only Verstappen's done a lap.
Yeah, it's interesting. Isn't
we used to people.
Yeah, that's the replay.
Waiting to the end.
So
are they going to?
Okay.
I don't know. Oh yeah. So if anyone missed FP3, Verstappen's DRS had an issue as well, but they got it fixed, thankfully. Started opening too wide and then was like flexing. Oh wow, everyone's decided to come out at the same time.
Rolling around as well. Are the tyres notoriously bad around here then, or something? Or is I know it's the C2, C3 and C4 they've brought, which is the middle of the road in terms of degradation. But
they all complain.
Apart from Sainz, he wants to get on with it.
Yeah, they all complain about traffic, and we've had 8 minutes of the session where no one's been on track, and now they're all tiptoeing around, tripping over each other. It seems so daft to me.
Yeah, literally everybody bar Magnussen and Latifi are on their outlaps by the looks of things. Welcome everybody that's joining along. This is, of course, the Bahrain Grand Prix qualifying watch-along, where we will be... How are you supposed to sync to your stream when you're 1.5 minutes behind? Daniel, will you pause if you can? You should be able to pause on any good app. If not, then I'm sorry. But if you're wondering why I'm looking down as well, it's because I'm watching the on my phone and I can't make it hover. So that's why I'm looking down. I'm not disinterested. In fact, I am very invested in this qualifying session. And Tommy looks to the side very, very passionately, very... I don't know what the word is. You look
shifty.
Like
do I look a bit shifty?
I don't know. Maybe. You do look a bit shifty, actually, just in general.
When I just keep... Oh, yeah. That's me.
Oh, they stopped policing track limits, so Max's lap is fine, apparently, according to Dan Horrigan, our correspondent down in Bahrain. Not really, but thanks, Dan.
Oh, yeah. A few people saying track limits no longer apply at turn 4. So everyone...
Track limits, no, yeah, okay.
Everyone disobeyed it, and they said, okay, then fine.
What are you watching on WhatsApp? No, I'm not watching on WhatsApp. Oh, WhatsApp. I read that as WhatsApp. I'm watching on Sky Go. And it's just delayed. I think it's because I'm not on Wi-Fi and it can connect to my Skybox. Anyway, either way, it's a little bit delayed. Deal.
So we're finally getting some lap times. Will be coming in any moment now.
Fastest first sector for Hamilton.
Who'd have thought, eh?
Yeah. Matt, treat yourself to a phone holder.
Oh dear, look at the traffic.
What on earth?
Coming into fine. Yeah.
Makes no sense, does it, as you were saying?
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, apart from Verstappen, he's the only one that knew that this might be a problem and just went in and set a lap time.
The closing speed is so terrifying in a F1 car. Like, if you imagine doing 60 on a motorway and then someone pretty much on a bicycle it's kind of like that, isn't it?
Indeed.
Difference in speed. So
Russell ahead of the two Hasses.
Russell's ahead of the two Haas. Nice.
I mean, that's not exactly the hardest thing to do, is it?
No.
Hamilton over the line, 28.3.
Half a second quicker than Verstappen. So
Verstappen did set a 28.3 in FP3, though, didn't he? So
there is hope.
Or there also is the fact that now Mercedes are on the same pace as what Max did in FP3. So, Perez, pretty decent lap going up into P3. So you've got Hamilton, Verstappen, Perez, Kvyat, Giovinazzi. You have Gasly going up into P3. Wow. 0.6 of a second off Hamilton.
He's nearly a second quicker than Kvyat as well.
Yeah, 0.8. That's a big margin.
Hell of a gap.
Only 8th with the 29.9.
He's almost a second off Perez as well. Perez has been very impressive this weekend so far.
Norris
he
up to
has
6th.
Looked on it. Vettel do 7th.
Where does Leclerc go in comparison? Slower. Down in 11th for Charles Leclerc. Carlos Sainz up to P5. So you were Ricardo and Albon in your top 5, Tommy.
Renaults aren't looking as quick as I thought they were going to be around here. It looks like a Gasly, Sainz, Perez, and we saw that in FP as well.
What session is this? It's qualifying, Nation Harris, of course.
Albon, not a great lap, down in 8th, second off Hamilton. I mean, Hamilton's 4/10 clear of Bottas there, so he's putting a pretty stonking lap.
It's whether or not everybody else has just had a bit of a mediocre one. I mean, Albon's down in 8th, which is not... And it looks like he's going for another run by the looks of things, or is that Verstappen? Not sure.
Credit to Giovinazzi from the first initial laps. Doing well to be up there in 13th.
Oh my God, what is going on here then? This is why Charles Leclerc's
this is why Leclerc... Oh, wow. That was him on a fast lap and that happened to him. No, surely
not. I mean,
surely this is him starting the lap.
I was going to say...
he's not that far behind. I was going to say...
he was 4/10 slower than Vettel and he probably got out and walked.
Yeah, that must have been the build-up to his lap. That can't have been the hot lap. Otherwise, he'd have been on pole by about 4 seconds.
Yeah, so true.
So I wonder if that hampered his middle sector. Sorry, it's like first sector in a bit of traffic.
Yeah, perhaps he's in the pits now though, so he's going to need a better run this time around. Oh, Lando looks like he's in the weighbridge.
The fact that Verstappen's gone out on his own with a clear track and is probably about where you'd expect him to be anyway just kind of shows that it's such a risk, isn't it, to send a driver out in that situation?
Yeah.
When you could so easily just get completely blocked and just ruin your lap time completely for the sake of 2/10 because you're slipstreaming someone.
Indeed. So right now, if you're watching and not able to actually watch or listen to what's going on, it's 4 minutes and 30 seconds remaining for us at least. And it's Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Gasly, Sainz, your top 5. Then Perez, Ocon, Albon, Norris, Vettel, Kvyat, Ricardo, Giovinazzi, Stroll and Leclerc. And currently in the elimination zone is Russell, Raikkonen, Grosjean, Magnussen and Latifi, which is pretty standard. Maybe swap out Raikkonen for Giovinazzi and you've got a pretty normal drop 5 dropped.
Yeah, I'd say so.
But Leclerc right on the
just noticed that Lance Stroll, it said, was on mediums.
Weird, considering that's supposed to be the better race tyre.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes the graphics aren't always right, but...
That is true.
We have had that, haven't we, before, where it's shown... That Haas guy looks an awful lot like Crofty.
I was going to say that Haas guy
him.
Just looked like a punter had just rocked up in the paddock.
It looked like Crofty letting Magnussen go there. So they come out again, all at the same time. So they actually get a lap this time.
So yeah, Leclerc still stuck in a big pack by the looks of things. Russell's out on his own. I'm sure he was eager to be out on his own, even if it meant going first. Hamilton's coming out again.
I mean, Hamilton, when they go out for stuff like that, it's just a psychological thing, isn't it? Just to...
Yeah, and I think it's also just getting ready for Q3, isn't it? It's just constantly making small tweaks, small alterations, just to continuously try and improve before Q3. And I guess Hamilton and Bottas have the luxury of doing that.
Yeah,
and also the fact that soft tyres aren't a good race tyre.
Exactly, and like we said earlier, the practice session is not always the best conditions, so they'll be learning a lot in these conditions because it's so different to what they were doing earlier when it was essentially daylight and sunny.
I wonder in like 2021 whether the likes of Mercedes just get caught a little bit, because I feel like
it's in next year or 2022.
Next year.
Yeah.
My theory behind that being that they're concentrating on the new rule changes now, and I'm sure a lot of teams are as well. But maybe there's a team or two out there, the likes of maybe AlphaTauri, that think, let's put a bit more development into next year, considering how well they've been performing this year, to then maybe get some sort of awesome result in 21 before we go to the new rule changes. Because I feel like Mercedes, I mean, to be 6/10 ahead of a McLaren or a AlphaTauri around here just doesn't seem like a huge amount. So maybe they've pegged back their development even more so for next year, and just we might get a closer year. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being hopeful.
We can hope. I imagine a team like, I'm sure there are some teams that have got a pretty decent car this year, thinking, well, we could get a bucket load of points if everyone are focusing on 2022.
Yeah,
it'd be a chance to get some incredible results, wouldn't it? If you're I can see someone like Aston Martin, obviously Racing Point now, doing it. They'll have the money. So here we go for the final runs. What's Russell doing compared to Leclerc, who will obviously, you'd hope would improve.
I know where George Russell goes because people have been putting it in the comments, but I've timed them out. So.
Oh, well, I've not seen it.
No, good. Well, you carry on and enjoy this, Tommy.
I will enjoy. I have no idea where Russell's going to go. No spoilers, yeah. So, strangely, they're deciding to show Hamilton's lap time for George Russell, which I think is a little ambitious. So I can't really tell where he's going to filter into the mix.
Here you go, then.
George Russell. Hello, 8th.
Lovely,
oh my word.
Lovely work from George Russell.
So I'm assuming that's a good bit of track evolution, and everyone's going to go a lot quicker now. Yep,
Vettel
up to 6th.
Magnussen doesn't even get out of the bottom 5. Charles Leclerc, very important lap. He's improving in the first 2 sectors, which you'd hope so. And he goes 6th.
Wow.
Just ahead of Vettel. Great. So it seems like the two are a little bit closer around Bahrain. Kvyat goes 8th.
So Stroll's in the drop zone now.
Giovinazzi 14th. Raikkonen 15th. It's Ricciardo and Stroll. Danny Rick is improving. He goes P6. Lovely lap from Danny Rick. So Raikkonen's definitely out, as is Magnussen and Grosjean. Stroll goes P2.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Hell of a lap.
Albon goes 3rd. Norris is 15th at the moment.
Massive improvement.
Lando. Perez doesn't improve. Lando's 15th.
He's safe, though, I believe.
He's just about safe. He's fastest in the first sector, apparently.
unless Latifi does the lap of his life, I think Lando's going to be fine.
What's Latifi got in the locker? Nothing.
Oh, wow. So what's that now? 35-0 to Russell with his teammates?
Yeah, Lando fast.
Russell went purple, but I'm assuming he's backed out. Might as well just save his tyres. He's through. Would have loved to have seen that, though.
So, yeah, you can see the track evolution clearly kicking in, because Stroll and Albon up in P2 and 3. Stop the count, Alex Albon will be saying.
Yeah.
Let me qualify ahead of Verstappen for the first time in my career.
Lance Stroll going for pole again.
18, it's 19. Grosjean got told he was starting 18th. That's wrong.
That Haas is dreadful, isn't it?
So the 5 out in Q1, Giovinazzi, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Grosjean, Latifi. Pretty standard, apart from George Russell. Great lap once again from George. Into Q2.
So it really is the usual suspects, isn't it? And once again, George Russell. Just so hard to know where that Williams is, really, isn't it? When you got a driver like Latifi up against Russell, who's obviously an amazing qualifier.
Yeah.
Where the Williams would actually fit in. You know, if you had like a Perez, like there was that strong rumor, wasn't there, that he was going to go there? Did you hear that Perez is hosting a press conference on Monday?
No.
So Perez has scheduled a press conference for Monday. So
interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't see that being his retirement.
Yeah, me too. You don't host your own press conference, do you? If you're announcing a drive. Sorry. That's
yeah, exactly. Anyway. Yeah, I completely agree. Perez sort of one-upped the Vettel announcement, didn't he? Where he already jumped the gun and said, "I'm leaving the team." So I can only assume that he's been told by Red Bull it's not happening. And it's just he wants to make his own sort of announcement to say that I'm not going to be around, especially because I don't know if you saw this, because a lot of people were joking about it on Twitter, that Red Bull did a tweet that was like, Alex Albon has been announced as a Wings for Life ambassador, which is their charity.
Yeah.
Which, if they're about to fire him, would be a very strange thing to do. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's so true. There are little hints, aren't there, where it's just like there's not a chance that they're going to get rid of Alex.
No.
I don't think he's there because of pace. I think the bosses right at the top of Red Bull want Alex in the team.
I wonder if they've learned a lot. I wonder if they have genuinely learned a lot from the treatment of Gasly, because being very sort of nice to Alex, he's definitely not done enough to warrant a top seat. But I guess if you look at it in the way that Gasly did just as badly, and going into a different team has shown he's good.
Yeah.
Maybe they've maybe learnt a bit that maybe we do need to give drivers more time. And there is I think it was an Italian newspaper reporting about how Perez wasn't in the running because Perez's big sponsor that he brings all the money in is mobile phone sponsorship, and Red Bull already have a massive sponsorship deal with AT&T.
Okay.
And Perez signing that, it would null any benefit of signing him money-wise, because he'd have to drop the mobile sponsor. And it's not
there you go.
As well. So there are so many things, aren't there, that it's not always just what happens on the track. There are so many factors in Formula One why someone will get a seat and why not. And
big insight from the founder of WTF1 there, Tom Bellingham. Thanks so much for coming along. I'm imagining what you've just told us there is a similar equation to what you've got in your background of your on your wall right now. That looks like one of those memes where you're trying to work out, the guy that's doing all the equations, like the GIF. That's the sort of thing that,
Can you see what it says underneath on the thing? No. Oh. It is a very nerdy thing. It is the coordinates to Spa-Francorchamps.
God, I didn't think you could get any nerdier. That is the coordinates to Spa-Francorchamps, ladies and gentlemen.
It was mine and my wife's first holiday. We went to Spa.
Who did that?
There was a print online where you could put in coordinates, and I just thought it was a cool print. So we did awesome. Spa because it was our first holiday, and It's kind of like a minimal print.
So it's like an artistic way of doing coordinates. Love it.
Yeah, without it just saying like Spa.
I'd love if that was actually like. I'd love if
wrong.
those no, not just wrong, but those coordinates were your house or something.
All right. Yeah, they're putting the coordinates to Sochi Autodrome or something, and just.
I guarantee there's at least one person in the chat checking those coordinates now.
Probably.
Q2's actually underway. I need to get the
timer going.
I also need to check
no rush, are they?
I also need to check how my team's doing. If you guys didn't know, or if you want to watch a little bit later on, we are taking part in Jimmy's race for mental health charity race that he's doing on iRacing, which has already begun. We have a team called WTF1. I will be streaming later on my personal Twitch, which is just Matty WTF1. But we are taking part in it. We've got a team. I think we qualified 6th. I don't know where we are right now. I'm in the car a little bit later on. Tommy said no because, well, he knows he can't bring the exactly. He knows that there's amateurs racing. It'd just be boring for you out front, wouldn't it? Really.
I know.
But yeah, if you want to check that out, guys, it'll be on my Twitch. I'll only be streaming usually when I'm actually racing, but it'll be nice to have you along, and obviously to raise a lot of money for Mind, which is what Jim is raising money for over on his YouTube channel. So I'll maybe see some of you guys later, but yeah, I don't actually know. It's a bit weird being in an endurance race, and I don't know how our car's doing because I'm doing this qualifying watch along.
Grosjean walking back. It's quite strange. Like during Q2 has actually started, and just seeing Grosjean just walking down the pit lane casually.
So this is weird. Why are all the drivers in the pits? Is it the fact that they get a distant tow when they're driving and they want to get that advantage?
I tell you what, if this is happening here, the next race, the oval in inverted commas, is going to be an absolute beep show.
Going to be a joke.
It's going to be absolutely ridiculous. They're all going to run out of time like they did at Monza, aren't they?
I mean, Verstappen said that it was going to be a boring race, as well as saying turn 8 was going to be flat. So hopefully he was wrong in both. Well,
some drivers have come out saying they're expecting it to be absolutely bonkers. What is going to be bonkers is F2 there. Because I was watching the first lap of that, and they were going like 5 wide down the straight, and I was thinking, but the oval track is going to be absolutely insane.
Indeed. Matt, why do you hate Lewis? Why do you think I hate Lewis? What? Where'd you get that from? Literally. Oh, I love the internet.
And you're a fanboy when you say something nice.
Oh, you're such a Hamilton fanboy. You're such a Hamilton hater. Every single week I'm something different. But no, I don't hate Hamilton. I'm not his biggest fan in the sense that, I don't want him to win every single week. That was Michael Schumacher, and that spot is reserved for Michael Schumacher till the end of time. But I absolutely respect him as a 7-time world champ now, and I think he deserves all the accolades that he gets. So that's my thoughts on that. 11 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in Q2, and we have some cars on the track. Albon, Verstappen, Russell and Norris are still in the pits. Oh, and interestingly, Sainz, Ricciardo, Leclerc, Vettel and Perez and Hamilton all on the medium tyre. Gasly and Kvyat on the softs. Are they going for that full send into turn 1?
Maybe.
Gasly starting, maybe pops himself in P4. Gets a great start.
Verstappen, interestingly, is on no tyres according to that graphic.
And Albon as well.
Wow, that's a bold strategy.
No tyres all year.
Jesus.
Just kidding!
Oh, why'd you hate Albon?
I don't hate Albon. It's banter. So yeah, literally, Verstappen and Albon are on air. Ricciardo's outqualified Ocon 13-1 this season, and the only time he hasn't outqualified Ocon was in the wet. So I'm disappointed with Ocon's performance so far this year.
If you think that Ocon was having exactly what was happening with George Russell now, where everyone was going, get Bottas out, Ocon deserves the seat at Mercedes.
Yeah.
And now he's in Renault, which is not a bad car, to say the least. Look what Danny Rick's doing. And he's not performing well. It's such a shame because he's so highly rated.
Well, we know that Ricciardo is as good as Verstappen on his day, right? I don't think Ricciardo's as consistently good as Verstappen, but on his day, Ricciardo is as quick as Verstappen.
I think Paul di Resta said, and again, this is going to trigger people in the comments, and I agree with him, that Paul di Resta said there's 4 sort of like A-star drivers in F1 at the moment, and it's Hamilton, Verstappen, Leclerc, and Ricciardo's like edging in on that as well.
Yeah.
And I have to agree.
There's a double wave yellow in sector 1.
Oh, Sainz is off. And he's stalled by the look of it.
Oh, no.
Unless that camera's just not working. It's really hard to tell if the camera's...
you can see the smoke moving. So.
Yeah. Wow, Sainz.
Is he going to move? Oh, it's a red flag.
Oh, dear. Well, there goes my prediction.
There goes mine as well. No, yours doesn't have signs in.
I had Sainz in the actual WTF1 podcast.
Oh. What's he
done
there?
In the top 4. How is he there? Has he dropped it coming out the pits? Oh, no. Well, to be honest, hot lap, won't he? Oh, his rear's locked.
Interesting. That's such a weird place to have stopped. Let's have a look then. This is the replay.
Here we go.
Yeah, just completely locked on him.
It was. It is like a handbrake.
He didn't even stall it either. He just couldn't move.
You can see that the rear's just, like I say, locked on.
Oh dear.
Oh, and Brundle seems to think that could be a gearbox change as well. That's not good for Sainz.
Yeah, something came up on his dash as soon as he spun. Clutch in. I mean, yeah, it didn't stall it, doesn't it? Like, anyway. He's just stuck. So Carlos is out in Q2 then. He'll start 15th, unless he obviously takes gearbox, then he'll start even further down.
Great.
He's still stuck in his car. Is he trying to start it, or what's he doing?
Maybe. I wonder if he's hoping that he can get back round again, but surely...
I wonder if those rears are permanently locked, if they can even move the car by pushing it.
Did you see any of... I think it was F2... Can't remember if it's quali. No, he's getting out of the car now. And I think it was Markelov got out his car, and then it just cut to Markelov's car, and it was just rolling into the barrier, and it actually ended up crashing into the barrier. And the commentators were like, "Oh, Markelov's car's gone into the barrier. Oh, there's not a driver in it." And it was just, it looked so weird because it just cut to this driverless car just going backwards into a barrier.
Benjamin, it's apple and blackcurrant squash. There you go.
Other squashes are available.
They are. I didn't mention a brand though, so there you go.
No, true.
Oh, fix your timer. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, everybody.
Yes.
Well, it's a red flag right now, so we'll just wait for it to get back underway. I know, don't need to undo the timer. Thank you. Stop the timer.
Yeah, Sainz looking at the rear. That's definitely some kind of...
yeah, so the car can't even be wheeled off, so they have to get the tractor.
Right. Michael Massey, wait for the tractor to get off the track before you send them out now, please.
Yes.
That would be lovely. We can wait. It's fine.
I think it's a good time for me to try and check how our car is doing.
Yeah, let's see how your car's doing in the race.
Is there even a... I don't even know if there's a proper official broadcast of it. Let me look at Jimmy Broadbent. live stream.
So no one got a time in, did they? No, no one got a time in.
No.
Only 9 minutes to go. And still no one getting a time.
Get him. Oh, there is a race broadcast. How are we doing? Let's have a look. So we're still waiting for the red flag to clear. I'm just checking to see where our WTF1 team is. Oh, we are 11th.
Nice. So 2 minutes to restart.
5 minutes. No, 5 minutes in, we're 11th. That's not gone too well.
Are there different classes?
Or? Yeah, there's different classes. I qualified at P6. Yeah, we're 48 seconds off the lead after 24 minutes. It's okay. It's all right. As long as we're still in the race and we're still in contention, I don't care.
Why do people keep saying there's people behind me? Is that just meant to make me anxious and start to
There's literally a wall behind you, so how on earth would...
If anyone's behind me, they would literally be sat on me, so...
Right, I'm waiting to see where our little WTF1 car is.
Imagine if, for whatever reason, they couldn't restart and Stroll is on the front row again. Back-to-back front rows.
They couldn't move Carlos Sainz's car. It's literally stuck to the ground.
So, drivers coming out the pits now.
Okay, here we go then. Just having a look-see. Please tell me we're still in 11th and we don't have a wing falling off. Oh, that's a car off. That's not us. Good. Oh, as if literally the second I was about to see the graphic of the 4 next cars, which is what WTF1 is, they get rid of the graphic. Unbelievable. If you want to see me race later on, guys, a bit of sim racing, then I'll be taking part in Jimmy Broadbent's Race for Mental Health, raising money for Mind. You'll see all the links on social and whatnot. So, yeah, he's already raised nearly 15 grand.
Impressive stuff.
So, awesome.
Fair play to him.
Right, let's put our attentions back
to the F1,
to
Lando.
F1, because we have a green light at the end of the pit lane, which means I need to start the timer again.
Come here, Frank.
So let's say hello to Frank as well.
Just get his... What are you doing? So Lando's first one out.
Hi, Dad. My dad's watching. Hi, Dad. Everybody say hi, Chris, in the chat.
So 8 minutes
Thanks,
to go.
Jules,
Still
for
no
modding,
one
as always. You're a legend.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jules. So who's out on track? It's Lando, Verstappen, Albon, and one of the Racing Points. Cannot tell who.
Loads of people are saying hi, Chris. My dad's going to be going mental at all that. That's amazing.
I just checked the chat and it went, hi Frank, hi Frank, hi Chris, hi Chris, hi Chris, hi Chris, hi Chris.
That's quite funny. Thanks, guys, for saying hello. Hee, thanks, Matt. No worries, Dad. Hope you're enjoying qualifying.
Ferrari finished first and second fastest in all practice and qualifying sessions here in 2019.
It was a great trip.
Going to happen.
It was a great trip for me.
Yeah, I cannot believe how long ago and how different the world is now. How different everything is. The last time we were in Bahrain, like racing in Bahrain. Obviously, you were there. I was in Japan actually because I was going to go with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a different world. I know they were putting clips of that moment where Charles Leclerc had his engine failure. That feels like about 5 years ago. It is.
It does, yeah.
Crazy.
I want to throw a little thing into the mix here, Tommy, and I'm hoping it clips up as a great prediction of a social clip. I think George Russell's best opportunity to get through to Q3 is right now. Sainz is out. You've got loads of drivers on the mediums right now. Throw George Russell out on a worldy soft lap. Hello, P10.
Fair play. Bold prediction. I
what
like
do you
it.
think?
I think it's a bit of a stretch.
It's a stretch. I'm saying this is
it's
the
definitely a
best
stretch. I mean, he'd have to beat 5 drivers, and those drivers I could see him beating. Obviously, Sainz is out. Kvyat, Ocon, maybe Vettel. Yeah.
I think George could force a few drivers to go on softs and try and make it through to Q3 at least.
He could definitely scare them if he...
Yeah, let's see. George isn't even out of the pits right now, so he's waiting till the very last second. I reckon...
Stealth.
Is this a little
stealth.
play? Yeah, this is like
a stealth.
I'm not going to throw my time into the mix until right at the end.
I always wonder why they don't do that more. You know, when
28-0 on the mediums. What?
Maybe the mediums are the fastest.
Whoa, Albon!
Whoa, Albon! He ended up in Abu Dhabi then. He 7 tenths off. I mean, that is the wall he crashed into in FP2, FP2 or FP1. Binned it in the wall there. So
interesting.
Yeah, George Russell. Stealth mode, I like it.
Fair. That's the way to play it, right? Let everybody set a time on the mediums.
He's going to come out on Inters, set a 125 dead, and surprise everyone. So Hamilton's absolutely flying.
Yeah, ridiculous.
I thought Verstappen's lap
so good under lights as well. Doesn't it?
It does. Actually, that's another thing. Watching I watched 2019 Bahrain. Seeing the Mercedes silver, it looks almost odd now.
Yeah. 27.5 for Hamilton. Where does Bottas go?
27.5. Oh my days.
28.0. I think my
behind Verstappen.
Bottas pole is...
Unless Bottas is going to do a reverse Bottas and not be anywhere, and then when it matters, Q3, bang it in.
So a lot of no times on the board. There's only 6 drivers that have set a lap time, and we've got 4 minutes and 23 remaining.
Maybe Russell's gamble
for Lewis on the
maybe
mediums.
Russell's gamble should have been to set a lap time now and then hope for a red flag or something.
I wonder if the mediums are even better than the softs.
I think that's what it could be.
Yeah,
maybe they're learning
similar
in these
situation
conditions.
to what track was it? Mugello?
And Portimao.
Portimao, sorry, where the
Portimao, where they pretty much all changed in Q3 and realised it, didn't they? And they were like, "Oh, whoa!"
Alex Albon is asking for another crash, isn't he? Oh goodness!
Oh, he kept his. That's very lucky because his crash, he kept his foot in on that curb again, and if it had gone straight to the wall,
because he just got a tiny swapper, didn't he? When it just unsettled the car. Yeah, and it threw him into the wall.
And that is a very nasty barrier, actually. It kind of cuts back in, doesn't it? And you're almost hitting it flat on.
Here we go then. George Russell, his best opportunity to get into Q3, I think. Here we go. On the outlap. What tyre is he on? I'm hyping this up, and he's going to end up 15th, but I don't care. Let's believe for a second, chat. Come on. Everybody get together and believe.
Believe.
Do you believe in George Russell?
Do you believe in George Russell Q3?
Yes. I can feel something inside. Here comes Ocon. Also on the medium tyres. Just a little bottle job from a couple of these drivers. Little cheeky lock up into turn 1. George Russell is definitely sniffing it.
So let's see if that bottle job comes from Esteban Ocon. On board with him now.
Here's Ocon then through the first sector, 4 tenths down on Hamilton. But that's okay.
Mercedes are a joke, aren't they? You watch that lap and you think, where are those 4 tenths in just barely any corners? I love this corner.
It's
the
so
hairpin,
difficult.
Double apex.
You just expect the driver to lock up, don't you? You just think it's going to happen. Right. Jules, thanks for deleting any spoilers. If you could do that, that'd be amazing. Just as a general thing, just delete any, or even time people out if they're doing that. That'd be great. Ocon's not on a great lap. Ocon's on a bit of a shocker, actually. It seemed like through that middle sector, it looked like he was 1.4 down.
Oh dear! Oh, he's catching slower cars again. He's just made it, but it's not looking like a quick lap. No, I think it was Leclerc.
1.3.
One of the Ferraris.
Okay. It's a 7th Ocon.
George Russell.
Come on, George.
We need a 28.
Danny Kvyat through the first sector, also on the mediums. Everyone's on the mediums.
Slow as well. Same, slower than Ocon.
I want to see Russell's graphic. I'm not looking at the chat because I know someone will ruin it for me, and I'm not looking. Yeah. I'm just going to be fully focused on George Russell.
Oh, I've already seen it. Jacqueline Victor put P1 George.
Oh, damn it. Stop looking, Tommy. We need to focus on this ourselves. 40 seconds to go in Q2. And, well, Kvyat's not on a great lap. Down in 14th at the moment. Full send for George Russell. This is his opportunity. Come on. I want to see the graphics. I don't care about Ricciardo 8 tenths down. Kvyat 1 second down. Where is George Russell's time? Gasly 9 tenths down.
I can only assume that it's weird that Alex says outlap and then everyone else has no time.
Oh,
like
the
they're not
having
even
an absolute shocker. Look at
it is
Ricciardo. Oh no! Time is going off.
Time is going off. Ricciardo's gone P4 ahead of Albon. Gasly
10th.
29.0. What on earth has Gasly's
Leclerc,
had a shocker there?
11th. So Leclerc's not going through. What about George Russell? Come on!
George Russell.
Oh, wow.
131.
What is that? George!
Oh my god, that
is just such a jinx if I've ever seen it.
I mean, the good news is I'm still going to make an Instacut of that.
Oh my god, I'm so hopeful.
Oh, come on. Why has he done a 131? So the softs are not working at all, or he's just bottled his lap?
Yeah, I think he may have bottled it, to be honest, if he's 3.6 down. Right, so the 2 Ferraris eliminated. Vettel ahead of Leclerc by 16 thousandths of a second. Then Lance Stroll is out.
Oh,
George Russell and Carlos Sainz.
No back-to-back poles for Lance Stroll. Big shock.
Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Ricciardo, Albon, Norris, Perez, Ocon, Kvyat, Gasly.
Gasly was very lucky. Not a
very
great lap from him.
Surprised to see Leclerc out.
Yeah, I blame his.
Oh, I can't believe that. I could not have hyped that up more.
Yeah, Vettel looking.
Why is someone saying they would use
again?
softs? Why would he be out on used softs? Surely he just goes onto the mediums and has a fresh set. Surely they'd be quicker if that's the case. He can't be on used softs. He's only in Q2.
Vettel ahead of Leclerc. Bonotto not here again, I don't believe.
Had a few mistakes, he just said. Otherwise he could have made it.
Bonotto's not in Bahrain again, is he?
Is he not? I don't know.
No, he's not.
Uh-oh.
Vettel just pulling it out of the bag when Bonotto's not there.
Yeah. So there you go. Q2 over, guys. And now we turn our attentions to who is going to get pole position. Looks like Mercedes still have that edge, or at least Hamilton does. Is that right, Tommy?
Yeah, I can't. Verstappen's not looking. From what we've seen so far, it really isn't looking like Verstappen's got anything to match the Mercedes, does it?
Miscommunication, apparently, said Stroll.
Oh dear. So I wonder if he was on wrong tyre or
sent
maybe
into traffic. Said, maybe.
Yeah, sent into traffic. Oh, George missed out by just 2.2 seconds. Unlucky.
Unlucky.
So both Ferraris out when last year they were 1-2 here.
That's got to hurt, hasn't it?
That is pain.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? Right, guys, let us know in the chat right now. I want to hear your thoughts on who is going to be your top 5 in Q3. Let us know. Who, or maybe it's easier to do star of qualifying. I don't know, either or. But yeah, top 5s or star of qualifying. If you could change yours now, Tommy, what would you do?
I would put. I think I would put maybe Perez instead of Ricciardo. But I'm pretty happy with it apart from that.
Yeah, I'd change Hamilton and Bottas, definitely. I think I'd maybe even put Verstappen in the mix for P2, potentially.
I don't think Sainz is going to get P5, to be honest.
Well, you know, miracles miracles do happen. I think Perez, I'm quite happy with P4. Yeah. Norris could get P5, potentially. Depends if Albon has another excursion, but I think Albon should get P4, really. The Red Bull looks quick round here. Our Dave says Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Perez, Albon. Kieran Richardson says Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Albon, Perez. Patrick Demenazes says Verstappen, Hamilton, Bottas, Albon, Ricciardo. Dr. Hep says Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Ricciardo, Norris. CFA says Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Gasly, Ricciardo. THIJS says Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Albon, Ricciardo. No Gasly pole position for anybody. Interesting.
No.
They don't believe.
Quite a lot of people going for Verstappen pole. It's a brave choice. I can't see it happening. I know the AWS graphic after FP3 told us that Verstappen was going to be on pole, but don't think it's going to happen. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted to say, actually. That Chain Bears just tweeted the AWS predictions that they did after FP3.
Oh, yeah.
Seen what the actual order is compared to it. And yeah, I mean, it's just guesswork. Of course it is.
It's always guesswork.
The thing I don't understand, right, about the AWS, so if anyone watched Free Practice 3 and has seen it, they now have a thing where they try and work out who, this will be the qualifying order based on it, and they try and factor fuel and stuff into it. But in Free Practice 3, everyone does a low fuel run on the best tyre anyway.
Yeah.
So it's just the order of FP3 that they go, here you go. And it's like, yes, I know that's the order of FP3. It's very weird. I said this when I was watching it, that I'd just rather them just pop up an advert for Amazon if that's what they want to do, than have these silly things.
Yeah, I guess what they're trying to do is have product placement, right, rather than just a Stonewall ad that everyone hates. I don't know if the graphics people hate even more. I don't know. But, yeah, it is an odd one, isn't it?
Jamie Bond says, when will they do the outside circuit? I assume you mean the outer circuit. That's next week. They're going to be racing.
Next week's going to be carnage.
I'm looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah,
just
same.
the unpredictability. It might be a boring race, but
yeah, I think Mercedes will lap
different.
everybody.
Yeah,
I think Ferrari will get lapped twice.
However, I think that third spot on the podiums could be anyone's between McLaren, Renault, and Racing Point. I don't think Red Bull are going to be in with a shot. Calling it now.
Could get a very interesting battle between Hamilton and Bottas, maybe, especially with the championships wrapped up. Could see an interesting little ding-dong, perhaps a little touch or two.
Oh, look at that midfield
That
battle.
midfield
Racing
battle is
Point,
ridiculous.
154, McLaren 149, Renault 136, Ferrari 130.
The fact Ferrari is still in the mix for that P3 is ridiculous, and that's all down to Charles Leclerc, isn't it?
Yeah, he's definitely... they've been helped by Vettel getting a podium last time out that's sort of caught them back up again, that they had that amazing...
Yeah, Ferrari scored the
3-4.
most points of anybody, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Crazy.
Ferrari, the top scoring team at an ice rink. Who would have known? Q3 is underway. Let me start the timer.
That'd be quite the order if it stayed like that. Ricciardo, Norris, Perez, Kvyat, Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas. But they've obviously not set a lap.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Stop the count.
Stop the count. That's just going to be the meme of
the rest of the year. Yeah, at least.
The rest of the year. Here we go then.
Yeah, you could say the same with Renault and Ricciardo. Absolutely, Ricciardo has carried that team. Lando and Carlos have probably equally carried McLaren, haven't they?
There's certainly a lot. I'd say in terms of closest teammates, other than Bottas and Hamilton in terms of position-wise.
Yes.
They do seem to be very close. It's been a strange year where
it is Q3, Kirby.
A lot of the teams have one driver that kind of outperforms. You've had Ricciardo that's quite easily outperformed Ocon. Verstappen's obviously massively outperformed Albon. Gasly's completely outperformed Kvyat. But McLaren, the two of them have seemed quite close. I'm really interested to actually see next year how Lando stacks up against Daniel Ricciardo, because if he can hold it, I'm slightly concerned he could get absolutely whooped. And I'm sorry, Lando fans. And I'd be more than happy if he proved me wrong. And it would be amazing for him to do it.
I don't think he'll get whooped by Ricciardo. I don't think it will be like Ricciardo Ocon right now, in my opinion. I think it will be, let's say across the season, I think Daniel Ricciardo will beat Lando maybe 14-7 or 14-8 in qualifying. I think it will be close, but I think Daniel Ricciardo will have the measure of him, absolutely. But then Ricciardo is coming into the team.
Yeah,
so.
And you've got to think you can't begrudge that too much when what would Ricciardo be his 10th season in Formula 1?
But then he is coming into a new team, so there's a lot of things to take into account.
Yeah, it's good. That's one of the ones I'm looking forward to most actually next year. Oh, that is wide, but no track limits.
That lockup wasn't ideal for Lando.
No.
He'll be hurting throughout the rest of the lap with that vibration.
So here we go. So Lando's coming to complete his lap.
So Norris, Kvyat and Ricciardo are the lap times we're looking at. The purple sector has indeed gone for the first sector. I'd imagine that will be a Hamilton or a Bottas.
It is. It sounds like Hamilton, Verstappen and Bottas are all on track together, actually.
Has ahead of Kvyat currently on this flying lap. Let's see where Ricciardo stacks up. Because I think Lando's got a good chance of getting P5 if he has a good lap together. But that first sector was a little bit scruffy around the final corner. But still ahead of Ricciardo through that middle sector split. 29.0 for Lando. Daniel Kvyat comes over the line, 29.4. Perez fastest in the middle sector so far.
Quick. It was purple sector for Hamilton, if you hadn't already predicted that.
Ricciardo's had a very poor lap, 29.5 behind Kvyat.
Oh, wow, behind Kvyat, yeah.
And Perez shock, purple for Hamilton. Perez, 28.4. That's a decent lap from Perez. That should see him in the top 5, I reckon. Where does Gasly? Can Gasly get ahead of Lando? He does. P2. Great lap from Gasly. Verstappen fastest in the middle sector, though, Tommy.
Hello.
27.6 from Hamilton. What does Verstappen do? Oh, 27.8.
Oh, a lot closer than I expected.
Yeah, 10.5, but that could easily get him ahead of Bottas here. 27.9 for Bottas. Verstappen is in the mix. Albon? No.
Oh, wow. Sit behind Gasly.
Oh, it was used.
Albon. Oh, used. Okay. I was going to say he's over a second slower than Verstappen, which is a lot.
Interesting.
Ricciardo.
Ocon's ahead of Ricciardo.
Yeah, Ricciardo's had an absolute shocker of a lap. He's a second off Ocon.
The dream is still alive.
So, like we said, the sort of the two stars of the practice sessions have been Perez and Gasly, and they're looking very good.
Indeed, they are.
Ocon would be more than happy with a
delay
P6.
Is so bad on this. I'm sorry, Mr. WasUp19. We literally can't do anything. I wish for it to be more real time. I'm sorry it's not. That's literally all I've got for you. I can't apologise anymore for being any more delayed. This is the element of the watch along. We can't watch it live because there's always delays and things that we're watching with. We're watching on apps because.
So we're never going to be able to sync up with 1,000 people either.
Exactly.
Someone will be ahead of some, behind some.
There will always be at least a YouTube delay, and then on top of that we have the app delay. So I apologise. If you want to pause and be along with us, by all means. But please stop complaining about it. There's nothing we can do.
There's nothing we can do.
So that
here's Lando.
Did affect Lando's tyre.
Oh yeah, very wide through there.
Leonardo, why would we stream on Twitch when we don't have a Twitch? We have 606,000 subscribers here, Leonardo. We have to stream on YouTube.
Oh,
that was sketchy from Albon.
Mistake from Albon. Grinding.
Albon's just asking for another crash, isn't he? He really is.
Yeah. When he goes over those curbs where you're almost like the floor's sat on top of it, it only takes the back end to step out. And we've seen with these cars now, because they're so quick and on rails, they almost like dart off into the wall, don't they? And you just cannot save them. I think the drivers have spoken about it a lot, that the modern cars, it's very rare that you can actually catch a save because they're just so on rails, and as soon as you step out of that, you're just spearing off into the wall.
Indeed. Someone's asked, Matt and Tommy, what do you think about Alex's chance in this race? He has struggled a lot this weekend and obviously had a monster crash in FP2, so do you think he'll be able to impress in the GP? I think impress is probably a strong word, Ross Campbell. I think he needs to get fourth or fifth, yeah. I think fourth is out of touch. Well, he's got new tyres, maybe fourth. 6 tenths off Verstappen would get him fourth. He needs to be fourth to kind of set himself up to impress. And he needs to get ahead of the likes of Bottas and hold them up. But starting seventh, he's just asking for trouble, isn't he?
I was surprised someone actually put up his results, and when you read them out, if you think that car and how consistent someone like Verstappen is, where, you know, if he's his worst race, he's finishing third, isn't he, pretty much? Albon's results are so inconsistent. He needs, even if he's nowhere near Verstappen, he needs to be finishing fourth or fifth. So
he does.
But like we said earlier, I'm pretty sure it looks like I think his seat's safe, personally.
It's crazy how Stroll can go from pole position to not even making Q3 when Perez is 7/10 off Hamilton.
Yeah, I'm interested to know what the miscommunication was because I didn't actually hear too much in it. We've not seen a replay or anything if it got completely held up. Verstappen's only a 10th behind. He's going to need an absolute he needs an absolute worldie of a lap.
Yeah, his middle sector was solid. A bit of an improvement in the first.
That final sector, though, is not a Red Bull. It's two very long straights, really, isn't it? So the Red Bull's going to be suffering from corner 13 to 14, all the way down that straight.
Indeed. So Perez is out there on no tyres, running around the track in P4.
What is that graphic? Why do they just not show what they're on?
Feels like someone needs to input it and they haven't.
Yeah.
They're like, what tyres is Perez on? Help!
I don't know.
2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining.
Yeah, no one's actually. Yeah, everyone's winding up, so no one's actually on a high lap. It looks like Hamilton, strangely, is the front of the train, so he's not going to get a tow. He's going for the clear track. So I guess Verstappen's only hope is he can get a nice juicy tow. And look who's
Albon.
Albon. So Albon needs to do a good lap, but
not too bad.
That he starts giving Verstappen dirty air.
Yeah, look how close they are coming down the straight. Oh no, sorry, that's the back straight, isn't it? But yeah,
the back straight. Yeah. So he's gonna back off now.
It'd be interesting to see. It just goes away. But it would be interesting to see how close they were going to follow. So I imagine that would be tried to be orchestrated. If they
to be fair, this is where Hamilton just sets a worldie lap anyway, and doesn't even matter.
68 thousandths up in the first sector. Hamilton, purple. Bottas. To be fair, Bottas is only less than 2.5 tenths behind, so there's still a possible good lap from Valtteri.
Yeah, and we know that Bottas is much closer to Hamilton when it comes to qualifying pace. It's the races that tend to let him down, but
Bottas is not purple in the first sector, but it is a short one. So Hamilton through the middle sector. He is 2 tenths up.
Whoa. Yeah. So there's the worldie lap.
Hamilton is just ridiculous, and people still say it's just because it's his car.
I know, he's another level, isn't he?
Oh, bit of a swapper out the final corner.
That's not going to affect him too much, I don't think. Surely he's still going to improve.
4 tenths of a second.
Oh,
Bottas less than a tenth down, though, through the middle sector.
So Bottas is going to...
He's got to send this. Gasly up to P4.
What's a lap from Gasly?
Send it without any swapper, and he might have a chance, because Hamilton was a little bit out of shape. What does Bottas do coming towards the line? Oh, wow, okay. No.
2 tenths.
Oh, God, my timer's going off. I'm so sorry, chat.
Verstappen
now on the final corner.
Oh, sorry, it was Verstappen that was towing Albon, actually, in the end.
Verstappen, P3.
No, he's not done it.
Where does Albon get on his fresh set? It has to be P4, it is.
It is, P4.
I mean, 6 tenths off Verstappen, but...
That's where he needs to be.
Ricciardo, P5.
Oh, my word. So after all that,
Ocon? Where does Ocon go? P6.
Ocon.
Oh, that was so close.
So Perez...
2 thousandths of a second between Ricciardo and Ocon. Perez, though, still on a lap.
Where can Perez get in the mix? Can he get ahead of Albon?
He goes 5th.
Oh
my God!
He was so close to Albon. Yeah.
God damn it! Why couldn't it have been the other way? Perez
so Gasly, I assume Gasly's done.
So Tommy, you got 1, 2, 3, 3 right.
I was pretty close.
I went for Bottas, so I only got 1 right. There you go.
So we said Albon. Yeah, Albon needs to finish 4th.
He does, at the very least. Well, that'll be interesting. Tommy, final thoughts?
Final thoughts. You'll have to give me a final thoughts.
Yeah, put you on the spot.
Verstappen dive bomb into turn 1 and get ahead. So
takes them all out. Albon wins.
I mean, if Verstappen took the Team Mercedes out, we always say how crazy close it is between Albon and that Formula 1.5. It would be incredible. Yeah, obviously, we don't want to be those people that are like, take everyone out. But
yeah, exactly. Yeah. But it'd also make a great race. Guys, thank you so much for watching along. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. But drop a like if you enjoy these watch-alongs. I apologise for the delay as always, but nothing we can do. Hope you enjoyed.
Can't get round. Sorry to park.
You can't? Yeah, I just saw that. But thanks so much, everybody, for watching. Please do leave a like. I love you all. We'll see you again next week for the qualifying watch-along. Of course, we'll have Internet's Best Reactions going out tomorrow evening, as well as the podcast on Monday. And we hope that it'll be an amazing race on Sunday. Thanks for tuning in. I say Sunday, tomorrow. I hope it's going to be an amazing race. Enjoy it. And we'll see you very soon. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Good luck in Jimmy's race.
Oh, yeah. And tune in to my Twitch, Matty WTF1, where I'm going to be racing in Jimmy Broadbent's race for mental health later on. So, bye.
Bye, Ron. Bye.